Welcome to the show, everyone. It's the Crypto Lark. Today I got to sit down with Karl from Zeepin. Karl, welcome.
Hi, Lark. Thank you for inviting me for this interview. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, for anybody who hasn't heard about Zeepin yet, what are you guys doing? Give us the short version.
Okay, so Zeepin is the global standard infrastructure of blockchain for cultural and creative industries. So Zeepin is an ecosystem for creative new economy with multiple dApps. So people can use all the dApps for those creative industries, including for like designers, photographers, musicians, whatever, the innovators. So someone may say that Zeepin is the Ethereum of the creative industries, but the difference is that the ZPT, the token, will be directly used in our real business of the Zeepin dApps. So I will call it the third generation of blockchain for the cultural and creative industries. Thank you.
I like it. I love the focus on art and content creation and all these different things, because it's such a massive industry, and unfortunately a lot of people who work in that industry don't get rewarded very well because of the big gatekeepers, and it's so hard to break into the industry. So let's imagine this situation. I'm an artist. I make music. How is Zeepin going to help me? What are you going to do for me as a music recorder?
Yeah, so because Zeepin is an ecosystem, so actually we are not just a single dApp. So we have many dApps so that people can use for their to promote their works or the other processes. So for example, that they can use a Z-Talent, Z-Crew, which can help them to organize a global decentralized team. And they can use Z-Rights for copyright protection, the issuer for insurance service, and Z-Create to connect with people who need innovation around the world. And of course, also the Z-Fund to launch crowdfunding projects. And all the payments can be done through the ZPD token in the whole ecosystem. Okay, so I think, yeah, people can do a lot of things on our kind of blockchain-based infrastructure.
Now, to expand a little bit on the concept of, Lark, the recording artist, if I issue out music using the ecosystem, can I get royalties back for that music? Yeah,
sure. So we will have a dApp that we will design a business for music. So you can upload this music, and then it can be we can call it a crypto music, so that it will use our encryption technology. Okay, and then people can download and play that music. So I would say this would change the current process of those the current music platforms. So I think this will be a new kind of lifestyle for those people in that industry. Yeah.
Cool. Now, is that music stored on your blockchain, or is that stored in a data center, but I access it by getting some kind of rights from the blockchain?
Basically, the music is not on the blockchain, but it will be crypto. And I think the hash code, the hash value of that music will be registered on the blockchain. That means it can show your the timestamp and which blockchain height to assure that you own that kind of copyright of that music. But we will also use a distributive storage, but it's not on the blockchain, but still a distributed storage to store that music, so that people can still download from the global distributed network, something like this. Yeah.
Now let's go one step farther here. I've made Bitcoin is awesome, the song. And I've put that on Zeepin, and I've got my timestamp and all these things, but then some guy in the USA says, hey, wait a second, that's my song, you've stolen my copyright. Is Zeepin going to be able to help me with that, or am I going to kind of be on my own as an artist?
Sure. So actually, we put all the evidence on the blockchain with a timestamp. So you can download actually the certificate of registration for that music, and then can show in the owner, the timestamp, and also the hash value on that certificate. If needed, you can also buy a Zsure service, which is very, very cheap, like $1 or something, so that then we can provide the insurance service and also the legal consultation if there will be any kind of copyright disputes. So we will cooperate with the insurance company to launch Zsure. I think we have already started that kind of cooperation first in China. And once the creative assets are registered and protected by our blockchain, if we store all the data on our distributed nodes, so that the owner can then get insurance service just by one click. So I think it will definitely help people to protect their copyright. Yeah.
Interesting. I want to shift gears here a little bit. Crypto Galaxy. This is a game that is out on Zeepin right now. Now, I'm not a big game guy myself, but I really see the value in these blockchain-based games. So can you give us the breakdown? What is Crypto Galaxy?
Yeah, Crypto Galaxy is like a game. It's a first ever virtual universe that is empowered by the blockchain. And there are lots of planets, and you can also buy one if you are interested. And each planet is unique in attributes. So it will be I think will be more playable and profitable at the second stage of development. But it's not just a game. The planets are closely connected to the future consensus masternodes of our blockchain, the Galaxy chain. Okay, so it's not just a game. In future, we will also support the innovators to publish blockchain-based blockchain-based digitized assets for the entertainment and transactions. So this will be a platform for people to launch the crypto entertainment-based assets. So we have a kind of long-term plan to develop this Crypto Galaxy step by step. Yeah.
Interesting. So it's so much more than just a game. Wait a second. So we're gonna have crypto planets that can also be like potential masternodes in the future. Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah. We just want to make it a more interesting way to involve the people into the management and the exploration of our Galaxy chain, Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you about the gaming factor, because we see what happened to CryptoKitties. It's kind of was really popular, and now it's kind of and so I was thinking, wait, well, isn't the same just going to happen with this? Another temporary blockchain exciting game, and then everybody later on. But it seems like you're already thinking about that by trying to incorporate this as an actual gamified representation of the ecosystem, the blockchain, it sounds like.
Yes, yeah, exactly. As I said, it's not just a game. So CryptoKitties is interesting, but you may just play for a certain period of time, and then probably you will just leave it there,
Look at your kitties so many times.
But we will continuously anyway how to upgrade it, and then we can also publish more and more other different digitized assets from the global innovators. So there can be kitties, even dogs, cards, whatever that you may like, and then you can innovate and publish there. The people can get more and more interesting things on this platform. So and of course this is also you can also try to compete for that consensus masternode. So yeah, so this is kind of not just the concept of game. So it will be quite a long-term design there. Okay.
Interesting. So that's one just facet of it. And now you already mentioned a few of the dApps that you have, like ZWrites and ZCrew and ZSure and all these things. Are all the dApps being developed by your team internally, or are you open to developers coming in and making their own dApps on top of ZEEPIN?
Yeah, as our original white paper disclosed, that we will try to develop those fundamental dApps for this ecosystem, like copyright protection, transaction, crowdfunding, etc. Sure, right? So these are quite fundamental, but our task or mission is, we try to provide a standard blockchain-based infrastructure for this industry. So we are going to develop this standard and provide various, the API interfaces for the community developers. So this kind of ecosystem will open to all those people who want to run their business, especially the decentralized applications on our blockchain. So yeah, so I would say it will be finally like a kind of app store. For example, if someone in New Zealand, they want to, as you mentioned, like a musician, they want to maybe launch a dApp for music, it is possible. Okay, so this is kind of quite a public blockchain-based community or ecosystem. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so we can have more and more dApps in future. Yeah.
Very cool. I want to talk about your testnet. So currently you're in the testnet phase. I want to know what has been the results of that. What problems have you been having, and what have you been doing to make your testnet better? Okay,
yeah, this is a very good question. So we have already started testing the testnet from this April. So it's about 2 months, I think. So I think basically it's going very well as a whole, because you can also log on to our the Explorer to see the current status. But we are working together with the NEO and the Ontology team. Okay, so based on their support, I think we are doing very well. But of course, we also have our own technical team, so that we try to focus more, in optimizing the operation efficiency and the contract development, the dApp interfaces. So to make sure that it can be really customized for the creative industries, to run those dApps for those industries. Yeah.
And so you're going to be launching your own blockchain soon. Obviously, the testnet is here. Why didn't you just stay with NEO? Why did you decide to go the route of making your own blockchain?
Yeah, I think we're still staying with NEO, right? But technically, yes. Technically, as we mentioned in our white paper, for the ZEEPIN's white paper, that we are going to we were going to build a ZEEPIN consortium chain, so that we can run those business data, like the copyright protection, the transaction data on our consortium chain, which is of course independent from the NEO. Okay, so I think mainly because two reasons. Okay, one is, as I mentioned, that we need to customize for the cultural, creative, entertainment industry to be able to make ZEEPIN to serve as the underlying infrastructure and provide those standard application protocol, standard, the API, and a complete set of that solutions to technically support the development of the upper layer dApps. Okay, and number two, I think with our own public chain and the consortium chain, it paves the way for, I think, the future expansion of the ZPD ecosystem. Okay, so I think this is also very important. But of course, we will still working together with NEO and even Ontology, and also the people in the NEO community. So I think we are still one big family. Okay.
Excellent. Well, is the ZPD token going to stay on the NEP5 standard? Will I still be able to store the ZPD token in my Neon wallet, for example?
Yeah, it will be a little bit different after we launched our mainnet. Okay, it will be similar NEP5, but it will be a little different. And we have already developed our own ZEEPIN wallet. It's also under the beta testing, so we will launch it so that you can download our ZEEPIN wallet, and yeah, so you can try to use ZEEPIN wallet for our ZPD token in the future.
Okay, cool. Now we talked a little bit about the masternodes, in the sense you can have a galaxy or a planet as it may be. What have you actually finalized any of the details about masternodes yet? How many ZPD tokens are be required to stake for a masternode, for example?
Yes, we have discussed this with a lot of people for a long time, because this is really a kind of a technical challenge if you want to have our own native chain. So basically, we are how to say promote that the total solution step by step. So like we first launched this crypto galaxy so that people can get the planets first, and then we will announce how people can for the masternode competition, and of course together with our consensus mechanism, which is like we call GBFT pos. But all the details are being developed, and then we will announce I think in a short period of time, so that you just stay tuned, and then you will know how we will do all these things. But yeah, we will do it very, very careful, because this is really very important. And together with our economic model, okay, how we will use ZPT, and also we have another one, the dollar on the blockchain, because you can now use dollar, or you can use dollar to buy planet now. So we will also have an overall incentive mechanism for the masternodes. Okay, almost finished, and then we will try to announce it in the next few months. Yeah.
Take your time. It's one of those situations where I know that investors get a little bit impatient, and they when masternode, but the reality is there's a lot of economics and mechanics to work out with that, so it's ready when it's ready, guys. I want to talk about. Go ahead.
The team is now working very hard on all these stuff I just mentioned, but it's not that easy, because rooms are not built in a day. So just wait maybe a couple of weeks or months, and we will let everyone know what we are going to do with those masternodes, and also the economic model. Thank you.
Awesome. I want to explore a bit of your relationship with Ontology in particular. I know you're very close to NEO, and obviously you ICO'd on NEO, but now there's been a close relationship with the guys at Ontology. So can you explain what is that relationship, and what are you all doing together? How are they helping you, and how are you helping them?
Okay, so yeah, Ontology is ZPIN's official ecosystem partner. Okay. So basically, we develop our ZPIN chain based the core framework of Ontology. Okay, so those ZPIN chains are initiated by, of course, the ZPIN team, community team, and then we customize for the cultural and creative industries and the dApps. So the relationship with Ontology is very close. between us. So our target is actually the final smart economy. So we are working with Ontology on the digital identity, digital asset, and the smart contract, etc. So this is a more, I think, is a technical cooperation with Ontology. Yeah.
Great. What is your go-to-market strategy? I mean, you're going up against some massive companies. You want to do crowdfunding, you're going up against Kickstarter. You want to do copyrights, you're going up against Hollywood and the music industry and all of this stuff. So how do you compete? How do you get artists to come and build on you instead of trying to go to those traditional methods?
Yeah, it sounds really a very big scope that we are going to do. But one thing important is that we are not starting from zero, because we have already had the Artin 365 that we founded 10 years ago. So we have already accumulated more than 1.2 million designers in China.
That's impressive.
So we have a lot of experience how to develop the community, and furthermore we have the global community, right? In the last half year that we have already had about 10,000 people in 180 countries. So I think these are also very good seeds for the future development. So we have run the community for more than 15 years. So for a blockchain-based ecosystem, or kind of, you can also call it maybe business, but I would say it's still a little bit different from a traditional company. We should focus more on the community. So we will use our experience to try to expand our community globally. But of course, start from China, and we also cooperated with more than 200 brands before on our Artin 365 platform. So we have already completed more than 500 projects with those big companies. So we were further making those progress, by the strategic partnership with some those companies, like including I mentioned the insurance company, the financial institutions, the other creative groups, so that all the people can do the the contribution to the ecosystem of ZPin chain. But I think it's still a tough job, because we really have many dApps. So we will try to get more talents from globally, to help us to develop together, okay, step by step. And of course, we have overall the plan or the incentive program. But don't forget that we can also use the ZPT as a to leverage this advantages of this crypto world, right, for our marketing development strategy. So basically it's very, I think it's a bigger question. It's not easy to answer in kind of 5 minutes, but you will see how we will do it step by step. It will be really very, I would say, very interesting and very exciting, okay, for all the people in this industry, in this ecosystem, and with this new blockchain technology. Yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Karl, I love it. I love projects like this that are looking to empower people by giving them the tools they need to succeed. And yes, it is a big challenge to go up against these massive industries, but at the same time, all of these artists out there want these tools. They need these tools in order to be able to actually connect with their audiences and connect with the people who want to support them. So great stuff, Karl.
Yeah, I like the word empower. Yeah, so we empower the people the innovators in this world. Yeah.
Awesome. Karl, thank you so much for coming on the show and talking about ZEEPIN with us. Such a cool project. So thank you for taking the time out of your day to tell us all about it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching the video. Help our community grow by sharing these videos around the internet. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about ZEEPIN in the comments section down below. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.